it's really important in the face of adversity, whether it's physical or other, to always make sure to take the learnings, because I wouldn't be here today on this path that I'm currently on without having gone through something like that. So there's always some good that you can take out of something that's seemingly bad. And I would say that is my key takeaway from this whole experience, and that's something that I want to help other people to realize. So my name's Annika, and I moved to New York like 2 weeks ago, so I'm very new here. And last year I was diagnosed with a mucinous ovarian cystadenoma, and that was in my right ovary. And life's been a wild ride, I would say, since COVID hit. I was supposed to start a new job. I had just started a new relationship, and then my mom flies in last minute to isolate with me, and at the same time my body just kind of broke. I experienced shooting pain across my back, my muscles, my stomach. I couldn't pinpoint what it was. And after several doctor's appointments, ultrasounds, MRIs, we discovered what was underneath it all, and it was a large, complex mucinous cystadenoma in my right ovary, and I feel like we wouldn't have gotten to the root of what was underneath everything if I hadn't have felt these other random symptoms of pain. So I was really lucky in that sense, because it turned out to be quite serious. This almost like tumor, it had a very high cancer marker of like 605, and like normal ranges from 0 to 30. So it was kind of close to off the charts. So the doctor really didn't have a solution for me other than surgery. So she advised, obviously, that I schedule a surgery ASAP, but because of COVID restrictions at the time, there were no surgeries that were taking place. So I went home, and I sort of had so much time on my hands that I came up with this whole alternative health game plan, because that's really all I could do without a job, and in the time of COVID where I couldn't go anywhere. So I have here a list of everything that I did out of desperation, I guess you could call it. So the key here was consistency, and every day I incorporated moringa seeds. I had these 2 times a day, 2 seeds in the morning, 2 seeds at night, and these are anti-cancerous. I also included daily supplements, B-complex, milk thistle, evening primrose oil, vitamin C, omega-3, and magnesium, super important. I also had herbal medicine, so I had 15 drops 3 times a day for liver cleanse and hormonal balance. I changed my diet completely, so I started eating a really gut-friendly anti-inflammatory diet. I cut out all sugar, grains, I cut out coffee, and I replaced coffee with a matcha latte every day. I also incorporated healthy smoothies every morning, and in the smoothie I put something called zeolite mineral powder inside. And this eliminates all free radicals in the body. I reduced alcohol intake by 80%. I couldn't do it 100%, I tried, but 80% seemed to suffice. And last but not least, I just made sure to keep all destructive negative thoughts at bay and just focus on taking the steps that I needed to take, and check myself if I felt worried or stressed. After 2 months, I had delayed my visit by 2 weeks in the hopes that I could still continue to heal in some way. So I walked into her room and she's like, "Annika, where have you been? You're the patient that got lost." And I was kind of shy, and I had to admit, I tried to just trying to shrink it a little bit, and she comes back at me with the whole like, "Oh darling, that's so sweet, but something at this size you are not able to shrink. It's physically impossible. So I was a little bit disheartened at that, you know, because obviously I had no idea what all of my efforts had amounted to yet. So we scheduled the surgery for the following week, and she's like, okay, now we can do the ultrasound to check where you're at. So got on the gurney or whatever it's called, and she almost like dropped dead. She couldn't believe that my whole cystadenoma had completely vanished. It completely vanished. And all of the other things there were some other things happening up there that I haven't talked about, but all of that was in perfect and complete health. So, you know, she asked me, like, what did you do, you know? She was scared that I would doubt her, you know, diagnosis, that actually there was nothing there and she got it wrong. I was like, no, I know something was there. I could feel it. She asked what I did, and I told her, and she kind of just laughs to herself, and she's like, I can't put that in my medical journal. She said she'd never seen anything like it in her whole medical career. And the cancer marker, which was at a 604, she found had come down to an 18 in just 2 months, which she had also never seen in her whole career. So I don't know exactly what did it, but I would say it's definitely a culmination of everything, and I would say the mindset part especially was really key for me. And yeah, this is just something that I want everyone to know is possible. 1, eat well, but 2, deal with negative emotions head on when you start to see that it might be a recurring thing. Don't hold on to it, because it is likely that can create some kind of, you know, something in your body a little bit later down the line, and you don't want that.